Two things happened in 1982. Your old buddy Hobbs was born, and Amy Heckerling put out a legendary classic 80s film called Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Today, on the 80s Archives, we are going back to 1982 and reviewing Fast Times at Ridgemont High, one of my favorite 80s films of all time. Thank you, everybody, for sticking with me for the 80s Archives. I've been getting a lot of requests to bring it back. You guys know what's going on, and here we are. We are back. So, let's start off with these two editions here. You have the Blu-ray, which is kind of a bare bones edition, but you do get some stuff with it that you would enjoy, feature-wise. Reliving the Fast Times. Nothing really extravagant. And then you have the Criterion version, which literally just came out. And it's got a new 4K transfer. And this booklet, which has lots of information about the cast. With the pens, I like the colors on the booklet. I like the checkered colors, just like Jeff Spicoli's shoes, those classic shoes. In case you guys want to get this particular version. So, let's talk about Fast Times. If you're going to talk about Fast Times, you got to get into the cast first of all. It's one of the only movies that I've seen where every member of the cast, I think, played a perfect role. And you literally get a who's who in this particular film. I mean, you get people that became legendary actors and actresses once this film was over. I mean, let's go through the list right now. I mean, you get Sean Penn, who's Jeff Spicoli, Jennifer Jason Leigh, Stacey Hamilton, Brad Hamilton, Judge Reinhold, Robert Romanus as Mike Damone, Mark Ratner, Brian Backer, who was also in The Burning, Phoebe Cates, who plays Linda. Y'all know why we like Linda in that movie. Don't cheat yourselves. Ray Walston, who was Mr. Hand, who was also known for, I believe, My Favorite Martian or the Martian TV series. Mr. Vargas, Vincent Schiavelli, which Perfect Nightmare James knows from his hometown, which is pretty damn cool. Amanda Weiss from the Nightmare on Elm Street film. She's in this as well. She plays Lisa. She plays Brad Hamilton's main squeeze, at least for a little while. Forrest Whitaker as Jefferson. Kelly Maroney from Chopping Malls in this. She plays kind of like a cheerleader / hype girl. She's in a mad love affair with her boyfriend throughout the film as well. Eric Stoltz and also Anthony Edwards, who is also two of the stoner buds with Spicoli. And Nick Cage is even in this as Nick Coppola. He was also Brad's bud. Pamela Springsteen. And I know I'm missing some people here, but that's the people I can remember after looking at this booklet as well. Just a who's who. And if I forgot anybody, definitely let me know. Another one of the things is this is one of the greatest soundtracks ever. If you can track down this soundtrack, you've got the Go-Go's on there. Just an absolutely fantastic soundtrack. With this, I believe you even get some Jimmy Buffett action with this soundtrack. I mean, highly recommended, folks. The music alone is worth the price of admission. And to be quite frank, I'm actually a little bit disappointed in the transfer for the Criterion edition. Maybe it's because I don't have a 4K TV. I don't know, but We'll get that fixed one day, but it'll be nice to have when we do. So what you have here is you have high school students basically going through the motions. Some are younger, some are older, some are seniors. You have Mike Damone, who basically is like the womanizer, also tries to make deals, sells tickets to concerts. Brad Hamilton, the all-American boy. I mean, you guys have all seen this movie, and you know about this film. Now, what I like to say about this film is that it has different layers in 80s movies when it comes to high school movies. And I think that this film takes it to another level as far as risky level. I think a lot of times you hear talk about what happens in movies like this, in 80s movies. This movie actually shows it. Amy Heckerling was actually, her main focus was to go through and let people know this is what shit really is like in high school. And during that time, even some touchy subjects that I won't go into, but you know which scene I'm talking about. Things that were happening during that time is a very good depiction of what goes on in this film. As to where The Breakfast Club is an outstanding movie, but this is a different layer. It's a little more risque. Um, but their main focus is just to get through high school, get towards the end of high school. You have a lot of peer pressure, with sex, partying, trying to focus on school. All the stuff that kids go through in high school is, basically what this film is about on a more riskier level. It's comparing to other high school films in the 80s. I love this movie. It is probably in my top 5 80s movies of all time. Um, Let me know what you guys think about this film. This is kind of more like a reimagining, kind of like a review, because I know a lot of people have seen this and they know the plot. What I'd like for you guys to do is tell me your memories of the film, quote lines from the film in the comments. Let me know what you think about Fast Times. If you have this edition, the Criterion, let me know what your picture is like, folks. This is one of my favorite movies. If you have not seen this, highly recommended. One little other fun part of this is Bradley Hamilton. He works at a different types of places. He works at a food joint. He tries to work at a place that's like Long John Silver's. True story. My first job ever growing up at a mall was at Long John Silver's in a mall. Good times. So, anyways, folks, have a great rest of your Wednesday. Excuse me, your Thursday. Hope you had a great Wednesday. And let me know again what your favorite scenes were from the movie, quote the movie, and let me know how you first seen the movie or your memories. Alright guys, this is the 80s Archives. Catch up with you later. This is Hobbs. Peace.